How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Hello and welcome back to Arcanum Gaming. My name is Richie. Today we're back with another episode of Foolish Mortals. I believe this is our 8th episode now. Last time we started Act 3, and we need to find the 3 skeleton keys that were controlled by the 3 brothers so we can get into that secret entrance into the fireplace in Belmore Manor to find the Belmore treasure, which is a magical rock that steals the life force of other people and extends your life. Or, in the case of Rackham, he wants it to bring himself back to life. So, last time we found a couple of puzzles that we need to try and solve. But, I don't have an idea necessarily for that yet.
I'd heard of the medical benefits of open-air night swimming. To my mind, the only medical benefit was diagnosing insanity in the people willing to do it.
Anyway, I don't have any leads necessarily at the moment yet to solve any of those puzzles, except maybe trying to use these matches to blow up that gunpowder at the fort. I don't know if that's actually what we need to do. First, let's check out the puppet theater and then talk to this guy at the ferry.
The puppet show hadn't started yet.
Okay. Maybe that's going to be like an Act 4 thing.
Hello, my name's Murphy McCallan.
Hello, chum. Looking to hire a ferry?
Maybe?
Then come set sail with Crab Macready, when a ferry's really what you needy.
Crab's breath hit my face like a custard pie, a cloud of air reeking of cigarettes and stale beer.
Look, here's a promotional flag, so you can keep me in mind.
Okay, thank you.
I'll treasure it.
Now, I can take you anywhere on the coast. Where are you looking to head to? Do you have a partner or an illicit liaison in mind? I do a very romantic sunset cruise.
Anywhere on the coast. Okay, so I'm guessing we need to find a way to get some kind of a dinosaur bone, bring it back to the guy, and then take him to the ferry to get to some kind of a beach. Maybe that's going to be where we're going to find one of the keys or something?
Is this your ferry? It looks like it's held together with spit and glue.
That's right, but rest assured, my spit is remarkably viscous. You find yourself aboard the Creaky Crab 2. I am her captain, Crab Macready. I get most of my business ferrying over to the mainland when the tide's covered up the causeway.
What happened to the Creaky Crab 1? That was my first thought.
What happened to the Creaky Crab 1?
That's it over there, with its bow peeking out of the water. I was out in the bay last Mardi Gras and looked down into the inky depths. Honest to God, I saw a mermaid staring back at me. I rushed back into Dead Nettle with such fervour I forgot to slow the engine once we reached the docks.
Was it really a mermaid you saw?
Nah, turned out I'd forgot to take my wig off from the costume contest that night, and I'd just seen my own reflection.
Are you a member of the Captain's Club?
Oh, they banned me, those pompous buffoons. That Felix is full of himself.
What happened?
There used to be a club parrot called Squawkin' Hawkins, until he was taken away. Bird-napped, I'd say. See, I'm a big bird lover. They're very intelligent creatures, and I used to try to teach him poetry. Well, Felix Greer wasn't having none of that. I think he was getting jealous that the bird had more brains than him. He kicked me out. Well, I got a little upset, like anybody would. Words were exchanged, loudly, and he told me I wasn't welcome back. The cheek of it. Kicking me out when I'm a hard-working captain. That landlubber would get seasick using a washcloth.
Why do you like birds so much?
They're the sailors of the sky, even the ones that can't fly. You tell me, have you ever looked an emu in the eye and not felt a sense of kinship? Seen that look that says he wants to explore beyond the horizon?
I've never imagined an emu thinking anything different to that.
I love anything with a beak, except platypuses. Don't get me started on them. Now, I take it upon myself to look after the feathered friends on this island. Squawkin' Hawkins now lives on a perch on my balcony. I have a name for every seagull that flies over Dead Nettle. And I look after Doris.
Doris?
Doris the chicken, over at Baxter's Mill.
Doris the chicken. Squawkin' Hawkins. I love that.
I'd like to hire your ferry.
Sure. Give me a map of where you want to go, and I'll see if I can get you there. I'm the best ferryman this side of the Gulf. From Baton Rouge to the Bermuda Rectangle. I'm your man.
I thought it was called the Bermuda Triangle.
Well, sure it is now. Ever since one of its sides mysteriously disappeared.
I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Okay, that's another thing we need to find a map. I got a tissue paper.
It was the cotton flag that Crab, the ferryman, had given me, embroidered with his company logo. A faded poster had been pasted on the wall of the alcove. It had clearly been there for years.
Okay, let's try going back to the fort here. Curiosity. Where's the matchbook? Can we light this on fire?
In days gone by, invaders might have exploded gunpowder barrels to get through the fortress's thick and imposing walls. I decided I should use the gate.
Darn. That's too bad. I thought for sure that was going to work.
Returning to St. Juniper's Church, it was clear by the illuminated windows and the repetitive hum of a newly placed generator that the rum runners had made themselves at home.
Alright, we need to find a way to get rid of the rum runners. Ah, darn. Hold still. Okay.
Against the church wall, a gasoline generator puttered away, with cables running into the church through a shattered window.
Can we do anything to the car?
I needed to think of something else. The old jalopy's flatbed was empty now. The barrels all relocated into the church.
No.
I didn't need to drive the car. The haphazard stitching tried to contain one of the seat's creaking springs. How anyone drove this jalopy without constant back pain was a mystery to me.
Spring, you say?
Deciding the jalopy was so beat up that a little more damage wouldn't be noticed, I cut open the stitch. I pulled the spring from the ripped seat cushion. It was a rusty old spring from the Rum Runner's jalopy that still seemed to work. Just.
Okay, we got a spring. So we can get rid of this save. Clear a little bit of space. Let's go ahead and save here. Okay. Can I interact with the generator? Did I already try this? Let's go into the church.
Musket! Did you hear that?
Will you stop twitching, Morris? You're making me nervous.
Sorry, boss. I just don't know if we should be doing this.
Doing what?
Using a church for morally dubious activities. Theology lays out pathways and guidelines to keep us on the moral road to righteousness.
Did one of those barrels hit you on the head, Morris? Quit your belly aching. What's the worst that could happen?
I'm getting the spooks, boss. This church has a lot of dead people. What if they don't like us being in here?
Is that what you're worried about? Ghosts ain't real. Now hush up about it.
I don't know, boss. The scientific consensus on paranormal activity still seems to be inconclusive. I read a book about it last week, and it's really giving me the heebie-jeebies.
What have I told you about reading? It's no good for you. It gives you delusions of grandeur and indigestion.
Sorry, boss.
Just for the sake of argument, this book you was reading. What did it say about ghosts?
It said that there are 3 signs for detecting paranormal activity.
What's the first sign?
First, the temperature drops as the ghost's presence descends upon the locality.
Well then, until we start getting the chills, there ain't nothing to worry about.
Oh, excuse me. Do we have anything cold? We have... Where's the water?
I didn't need to pour water on that. A silver collection plate sat on the crate. It wasn't doing much collecting anymore. Turning the fan off would have alerted the rum runners to my presence.
I don't have anything that would qualify as being cold, do I?
That didn't work. It was a hand crank that I deduced was used by the rum runners to start up their decrepit jalopy outside. The top of the stained glass window consisted of 4 circles, each surrounded by 4 leaf-shaped pieces.
Okay, I need something cold to put on the collection plate. I'm guessing. Alright, let's get out of here.
A rusty tin can sat on the ground. Its label read, Bloom's Canned Beef, family-sized. The tin was full of nothing but holes. I didn't need to warm my hands on the stove. It was already a humid night, and the fire was more useful at keeping bugs away from the shack than keeping anyone
toasty, yes.
I didn't want to blow up the stove. Nope. A shabby-looking coffin lay unceremoniously on the rickety table. Now that I'd looked upon the lifeless face of Comptroller Grimes, it didn't feel appropriate to give his coffin a wiggle. I didn't need to shake the coffin anymore.
Okay, I'm hearing digging.
I looked to the bottom of the grave, but could only see dirt and darkness. Good evening, Edgar.
Ah, plastic, not again. I go all night as the only one in this cemetery with a pulse. Then here you are bringing me 2 steps closer to losing it. What do you want now?
Just taking a look around. It's peaceful here.
It was.
There's a dead body over at Belmore Manor hanging from a tree.
So, what do you want me to do about it?
Shouldn't you bury it?
If it manages to wander its way over here, I'll bury it. Until then, I'm not stepping foot onto the Belmore estate. I've heard the stories about the Phantom, and I'm not risking my shut-eye to rescue a cadaver from a tree like some stuck kitten.
Do you know who the hanged man is?
Beats me, but from what I've heard, it's been there ever since that wedding night.
I think the rum runners are using the church as a hideout.
What do you want me to do about it? My job description says I deal with the outside. It's the vicar's responsibility to take care of the inside. I'm just contracted for the grounds and the graves.
Do you know what happened to the vicar of St. Juniper's Church?
Foskett was his name. Disappeared along with everyone else at the manor during the Belmore wedding.
Did you get along with him?
No! Miserable guy he was. Fortunately, we came to an understanding.
An understanding?
Let's just say that one night, I might have witnessed a certain clergyman through the vestry window. Off his head on communion wine, wearing a crinoline over his cassock, singing, "We 3 kings of Jackson Square, selling stockings a nickel a pair." He couldn't look me in the eye after that. The only way we communicated was through notes on the parish bulletin board. And that's the way I liked it.
Notes, huh?
What are you digging?
I thought the cemetery could do with a swimming pool. Put out some deck chairs, maybe a tiki bar. What do you think I'm digging? Another grave!
Who's this one for?
Reginald Goff. He was the state executioner in the next parish over.
How did he die?
His last convict was a bit nervous about being executed by the electric chair. When Goff asked him if he had any final requests, the convict asked if he could hold his hand for support.
Shocking.
Then I've got Marigold McGee to deal with
Shocking.
before I can clock off. That'll be a headache.
What's so difficult about Marigold McGee?
She asked for her remains to be scattered across the island.
That doesn't seem so bad.
The problem is she didn't want to be cremated.
Oh no.
I best be running along.
Goodbye.
Okay, this is obviously important.
I couldn't see any way to open the crypt door. Not a doorknob, not a keyhole. Whoever sealed this up intended to seal it up for good.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, it's you again.
Mallory, what are you doing here on the Belmore estate? I thought all the locals were too scared to wander around here.
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm having a tea party for my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
How cute. And what are you talking about with your new doll?
Our strategy for conquering mortal civilization.
Right.
It's rude not to introduce yourself, you know.
Mallory, have you been practicing ventriloquism?
Are you
Oh,
calling
no.
me a dummy?
It's the,
You can talk?
The kid, isn't
I'm
it?
a head. Talking is one of the few things I can specialize in.
I didn't know that.
You didn't ask. My name,
Maybe.
now that you're listening, is Sir Edward Teddington. Or as Miss Wisp here calls me,
Shrunken Ted.
You're not doing very much tea drinking at your tea party.
I couldn't get a handle on the physiology of it. No arms, hands, or esophagus makes this a little trickier than it used to be.
And I am drinking it. Watch. Blech.
Not a fan?
Maybe it's an acquired taste.
But an important one to acquire. Tea was the fuel of the British Empire.
Then maybe it would be better in a gas tank.
Mallory was handling the teacup with the tentativeness of a toddler being given castor oil. May I have a cup of tea?
Nope.
Now, Mallory, what were we saying about manners?
Oh, yes, right. How do I put this delicately? I'm afraid this is a private engagement exclusively for the Sisterhood of Darkness.
Precisely. Remember, we may be planning on enveloping the world with a new totalitarian empire led by yourself as queen, but that's no reason to be impolite. Manners cost nothing. However, in this case, it is a private engagement.
Okay, so she's got the tea that we need.
So, Ted, that whole time I was carrying you around in my pocket,
Picking me up and stuffing me inside your vest without even a good evening? That's the living for you nowadays. Rude.
I'm very sorry. I've just never encountered a shrunken head that could talk to me before.
Maybe you have, and you just never introduced yourself.
I suppose, but I can't go around introducing myself to every inanimate object that I'm carrying on the off chance that they're supernaturally possessed, can I?
Did you just call me an object? That's objectification right there.
Mallory, shouldn't you be inside the Biltmore estate?
Could I have your teacup if you're not drinking it?
I am drinking it. Blech. Well, I would if it didn't taste so bitter.
Mallory, you shouldn't be inside the Belmore estate. Don't you know about the disappeared wedding?
You're asking a little girl about murder, black magic, and broken hearts?
Sorry, I don't want to give you nightmares.
Are you kidding me? I love this stuff! I wrote a paper on it last semester that prompted a parent-teacher intervention.
Haven't you seen the Phantom?
The grumpy guy in the tall hat? Yeah, I've seen him through the windows of the house.
Doesn't he give you nightmares?
Sure does, but those are the kind of dreams I like.
Do you know Sebastian Bach?
Unfortunately,
Why didn't you tell me?
I did.
Okay, yes, you did, but didn't you think it was worth mentioning he was a ghost?
I didn't think you'd be interested. Most grown-ups just don't believe me.
So you can see ghosts?
Ugh, I wish I couldn't. Most of them don't shut up, wailing through the windows all the time. Sebastian's the worst, the booger-brained bighead. Thinks he knows everything.
But the ghosts weren't visible until I cast the summoning spell.
To you, maybe. I mean, they're a lot more visible now. They were just shadowy, glowy things before.
The fact that I conducted an occult spell seemed to be lost on her. Knowing what I did about her, she probably did the same every day before breakfast. It was Sebastian that made you get the tin boat. He altered the toy catalog.
I knew it! Well, that's it. He's going to the top of the hit list once I'm Queen of the Universe. If you see him, tell him Pock's in for a shock.
Well, I'll leave you two to your plans.
Long live the sisterhood!
Okay. So her tea is bitter. I wonder if there's something we can do for her to fix that. Let me think. We have the spring. Is that all there is to that puzzle, though?
You've got one job. Of course.
I feel like it's missing a component.
Are you serious?
Maybe this will help?
What do you think you're doing?
I fixed it for you.
I'm going to need to recalibrate the whole thing now.
No need to say thank you.
I can't imagine that spring would be strong enough.
You're lucky. There's something fishy about you, Murphy McCallan. I can smell a story on a person like rotten eggs in an egg salad. And currently it's the 4th of July summer picnic and someone forgot to put the bowl in the refrigerator last night.
Ew.
It was a test sheet Evelyn had printed to test the press's alignment.
Is it perchance a map?
I picked up the freshly printed sheet of paper.
Oh. No, this is going to act as the spirit board, I'm guessing.
Yes?
Hi. I'm trying to track down 3 dead bodies.
A serial killer? In Dead Nettle? This could be gold. When did this happen? This morning? Last night?
No, 33 years ago.
33 years ago! That's not journalism, that's archaeology.
What are you working on now?
A clarification. A local dancer's moving off the island and looking to get rid of some furniture. But my piece asking if there was any interest in Hoochie Coochie dancer Lulu Leroy's huge chest got a much bigger response than we expected. And not for the right reasons.
I think I better be going.
My door's always open. I broke the hinge earlier.
All right. So we're at about 23 minutes so far. I think... Let's go upstairs here and have a chat with our friend in the parlor here.
Welcome back, Murphy McCallan. Take a seat.
Thank you. Okay. Will the glass bowl suffice?
Will this work as a crystal ball?
Considering our circumstances, we will have to make do. Xavier Belmore, hear our cry. Where does your mortal body lie? I sense a cave on the island coast. Waves thrashing, wind howling, and 2 figures exploring its darkest depths. Xavier and Rackham. Rackham has lured Xavier here. promising an unparalleled expedition to the bold adventurer. But it's a trap. I sense Rackham fleeing the cave, leaving Xavier as the water rises and rises and rises. Look at the painting. Xavier's body still lies in that coastal cave. I feel much danger there, but you must get a boat and cross the sea to reach it. I sense something in Xavier's bedroom might help you locate it.
A map. Okay. Well.
I found something that could be used as a spirit board.
Yes, that will work, even if it will take a lot of concentration on my part. Cecil Belmore, we now implore, where do you rest forevermore? I sense a hidden place. A laboratory known only to Cecil. A secret refuge for study and invention, and desperate attempts to reconcile science and the supernatural.
Maybe the cave in the graveyard?
Unknown to Cecil, someone lies in wait in the darkness and is about to look at the painting. Cecil's body lies in a hidden laboratory, and you must find it. Cecil never told anyone where he conducted his work, but in happier times he created a treasure hunt for his brothers, were they ever to seek him out. That is your lifeline, Murphy. Follow the trail of clues to reach that laboratory. I sense the first clue lies in Cecil's bedroom.
Okay. So we got two of the rooms open. Last one we need the teacup, which we don't know how to get from Mallory yet. Alright, we got a place to start. Let's go right
Abigail's
here.
ghost was once again back in her bedroom, now fully consumed by the wicked spell Rackham had trapped her in. The minutes left before he married her were falling away like dominoes.
Was the necklace hers?
Abigail wasn't wearing the other half of the necklace, but from the corner of my eye, I noticed that her reflection was. Abigail wasn't wearing. The necklace I was carrying exactly matched the one around the neck of the bride's reflection. This must have belonged to the sailor. It was time to reunite it with its other half. As the reflection disappeared back into the mirror, I looked at the dresser and saw that something had been left behind.
A comb.
A small ivory comb. I didn't think Abigail would mind if I took the comb with me.
Very interesting. Let's go and save. It's been a while since I did that. Alright, let's start with Xavier. Oh boy, what a mess of a room.
The walls of the room were adorned with all kinds of unusual items collected from around the globe. It was a wooden trunk covered in stickers from far-off locales, Rio de Janeiro, Istanbul, Cairo, and Swanage. The latch on the trunk was broken. I would have to do without whatever was inside.
Here's the map.
I reached up and took the map from the frame. As best as I could tell, this was a genuine pirate treasure map. The island I recognized as Devil's Rock, but what stood out to me was the large X in red ink on the southern coast, marked Crossbone Cove. At least I hoped it was ink.
Anything else to see in the room? Can't interact with the horn of the fireplace. Statue. Globe. How about the bear?
It was a bear rug. What was once a behemoth of the forest was... I stared at the glassy black eyes of the bear rug. It didn't stare back. That was a relief.
No ghost bears. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else. We can't... I wonder if there's a way to open the trunk.
I didn't want to...
No. Okay. Cecil's room.
Hanging on the coat stand was a thick, off-white lab coat.
Bag, books, jar. There's a lot of stuff in here.
I searched through the pockets of the lab coat. To my surprise, I found something. A small silver coin.
Silver coin. So we have gunpowder, we have the silver
It was an
coin
old
again.
silver coin. At its center were 2 lines of text, but they were too small to read with the naked eye.
There's a magnifying glass at the jeweler's.
The books covered all manner of scientific subjects, magnetism, thermodynamics, chemistry, and much more, none of which I had the time or understanding to read. The bag was empty of everything but papers covered in an unintelligible scrawl. Along one wall of the bedroom was a makeshift laboratory complete with vials, beakers, and a furnace below. The apparatus looked like the handiwork of a mad scientist. I thought it was best not to mess with it. Who knew what sort of reaction I might set off? I'd already carried a shrunken head around earlier that night. I didn't want to start a trend by lugging around other unnerving abominations. And I especially didn't want this one talking to me.
But it could be Murray. Probably not. Okay. Back downstairs, I think. Alright, let's head outside. Actually, we can just go to the map. Actually, I do want to be at Belmore Manor. I just want to be outside of it. Because I want to come around this way. Let's see if I can grab that skull. I don't think I mentioned last time, but the parasol showing up on the roof there is a really nice attention to detail.
There was nothing else I could take from the animal skull.
Okay, never mind. Thought maybe we could use that to be a fossil or something.
Crossbone Cove lay at the bottom of impassable rocky cliffs.
Yeah, okay. What did we just pick up? The coin. Back to Dead Nettle. To the jeweler's here.
Welcome back!
Thank you.
Could I use your microscope to look at this coin I found?
Oh! Are you a fellow fan of numismatics?
I prefer the old ones.
Yeah, never mind. Go right ahead.
Oh.
With the microscope calibrated, the coin's writing came into focus. It read, "Into the palm of a prince." The inscription must have been a clue in Cecil's treasure hunt. I just had to find the prince's palm he was referring to.
Into the palm of a prince. It's got to be the statue in the plant garden, right? Put the coin in the statue's hand and something will happen. Best I can figure it.
Following the inscription on the coin and realizing that the metallic statue depicted an Indian prince, I took a close look at the statue's palm. For the first time, I noticed a slight circular indentation, about the size of a coin. I placed the coin into the statue's hand. It fit the indentation exactly, into the palm of a prince. No sooner had I done it than I heard sparks and hums coming from inside the statue. That's when I realized it wasn't a statue at all. It was an automaton, a robotic figure made to move with cogs, wires, and electrical pulses. It seemed to be fighting to move, but then, nothing.
Well, blow me over with a dandelion. I didn't expect anyone to get that working again.
It's not doing much.
Joints will be frozen, I should think. No wonder after all these years. Another job for me to do, and a dangerous one at that. Who knows how many volts Master Cecil ran through that thing to get it moving.
Hello, Rupert.
Hello again, Murphy. Have you given any more thought to my offer?
You mean the offer to poison me?
Well, you needn't put such a negative spin on it. Personally, I think death's just got a bad rap.
I suppose if the Grim Reaper showed up in a glittery tuxedo jacket instead of a hooded cloak, we'd all be much more on board with it.
Exactly. We all have misconceptions about the afterlife. I used to think we were reincarnated. But the fact that I have the same neck wrinkles and big belly, just now translucent blue, has certainly put the lid on that theory.
Do you know what's wrong with the statue?
That thing will be rusted up. If you want to get it moving, you do best to lubricate the joints, I'd say. There must be some grease somewhere. It's a marvel, that thing. One of Master Cecil's inventions. Swore me to secrecy when he installed it. It'll be even more of a marvel if you get it running again.
Well, no time to stop and smell the roses. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Murphy.
We need grease.
It was an ivory comb. It was an empty vacuum flask used to insulate drinks.
Where am I going to find grease? Ezra have anything new to say?
I didn't have anything to talk to him about.
I don't suppose there's anything grease related down here, is there?
I considered all of the smaller barrels I could see were rotted and empty.
The fuse box is open.
Looking at the fuse box, it was clear to see why the barrel lift no longer moved. The fuse had blown, taking the small glass cover with it. With questionable regard for my own safety, I pulled the damaged fuse from its socket. It was a faulty fuse. Inside the glass tube, I could see the wire barely hanging on. It was a small paper electrograph, orrery track, theater rotation, magnetic carriage. Now that the wire was loose, I no longer needed the pliers to remove it. Knowing the erratic surges of electricity that must have been flowing through the wire into the barrel lift.
Okay. We have a burnt out electric fuse. A coin.
I didn't need to search for a book right now. I already felt like I was in one. Good evening, Colonel.
What? I think he decided to take up unicycling, actually. Leave it there, boy. I'm saving it for the toast.
Nope.
Do we have anything that we could melt?
I couldn't do that. I didn't have time for how. I didn't need to fill the pot with water. Good evening, Father Foskett.
Hello again, my child.
We three kings of Jackson Square, selling stockings a nickel a pair.
Oh, how drastic, no elastic, not very safe to wear. I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from.
An achievement for that.
Are you prepared for the ceremony?
In every way, except one. I still haven't found my Bible.
Shouldn't you be looking for it?
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Furthermore, I have no idea where to look, but I would very much like to see it returned to me.
I best be heading off.
May God be with you.
Thank you. We offer the comb to the skeleton?
I needed to think of something else.
Let me check up here. I haven't...
A telescope was pointed out the open window. Looking through the telescope, all I could see was a blur. I soon realized why. A telescope without a lens wasn't going to be much use.
Do we have anything to act as a lens? What about the brooch?
I needed to... The face reminded me, from the neck up, he looked like an Italian nobleman. From the neck down, he'd wear denim dungarees and nothing else. It probably wasn't the same guy. I couldn't reach the poker from this part of the roof. A toolbox had been abandoned on the balcony roof. A piece of rusted drain pipe had detached from the roof. The drain pipe had twisted and now pointed straight up to the sky, empty of everything but moss. That didn't work.
Oh, what about the firework?
The firework dropped snugly into the drain pipe. If it needed a launch tube to fire, this was the closest I was going to get.
I'm not sure how this is helpful. Match.
I took a match out of the matchbook, dragged it against the striker, and lit the firework.
Okay, that was fun.
It was the cotton flag that Crab, the ferryman, had given me.
But it didn't seem to do anything. And we had the option to walk around and move while it was lit. So maybe we need to put the firework in, light it, and then do something to it. Let's come back down here and get ourselves another firework.
I picked up another firework.
Okay. So there's clearly something we need to do with the firework. Just not sure what yet. Okay, firework on the roof.
I needed to think of something. I couldn't do. A decorative chalkboard.
Then we bribe the kindergarteners and use them for espionage.
Shh, shh, shh. He's back.
Hey, leave that alone. I'm drinking it.
I thought you didn't like it.
Maybe it's an acquired taste.
Is there anything else I can give you?
I thought I'd keep that to myself. I didn't need to show her that. I didn't think she'd be interested in that.
Okay. Not sure what Mallory wants. We'll come back. Let's talk to Ned again.
Good evening, Ned.
Hello again, Mac.
Still fishing?
You won't believe this, Mac. Squibb's record was ruled invalid. He was overheard down at Spinelli's bar boasting about how he put ball bearings inside the Pengoza to make it heavier. Can you believe the nerve of some people?
The despicable things they'll do.
It means I'm right behind you, buddy. Just one lucky catch, and I'll be bumping you down to second place.
Is that a grill you've got there, Ned?
14 hours out here will give anyone an appetite. I'm not giving up just yet, but it'll be supper time soon. You're welcome to join me.
Catch you later, Ned.
See you around, Mac.
I'd had enough of carrying these suspiciously heavy fish around. I decided to leave it there. I had more important things to do.
Didn't want to come in here. Do we have anything that would help us with the pool game? I don't think so. Unless we use the screw jack on the table or something?
If I needed more help from Crab, I was going to need to charter his ferry. I'd like to charter your ferry, please. I have a map here to... Huh? What's that?
Shh, shh, quiet! The show's starting. Signore, signori, ladies and gentlemen, the magic and mystery of the theater comes together with the artistry of the craftsman. I was going to say that. You're interrupting me. You started it. This is very unprofessional. To present to you the fantastical battle between good and evil, a struggle between right and wrong. I just said that. The timeless tale of Pulcinella. I was supposed to announce the title.
Great show. Maybe it's time to wrap it up? I don't think I'd ever been brushed off by a puppet before. A stick puppet resembling a clown bobbed along the stage, buzzing incessantly. I didn't have time for... I didn't need... Nope.
We have to figure out a way to interrupt the puppet show.
Jacking up the corner of the table would have potted the ball quickly, but it wouldn't have made the ball bounce off the sides in the process. I didn't think he'd be interested in that. I thought I'd keep that to myself. It was a plate of complimentary matchbooks. Did you say you were looking for a more secluded beach?
Yes, that's right. Have you found one?
Look at this! Further along the coast is a bay called Crossbone Cove.
Crossbone Cove! That does sound very bony. How do we get there?
I'm not sure. It only looks accessible from the sea.
Well, tell me if you find a way to get there. I'd love to join you on your expedition.
Perhaps pay for it.
Hello again, Muffy.
Hello, Murphy. Have you found a way to Crossbone Cove yet?
Not yet, but I'm more... Do you work for your father's company too?
That's right. I'm Executive Director of New Initiatives.
And what exactly does that entail?
Oh, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But Papa does say it requires me to be out of the office as much as humanly possible. Muffy, he tells me, if I have to see your face around here, I'll end up moving to Tibet and joining a monastery. So even if I'm not sure exactly what my job is, clearly it is very important.
Well, good luck with your search.
I'll never give up. That...
Doris! Cluck, cluck, cluck. Bark.
That was cute. Anything I can use the buzzsaw on? Not really.
The hatches were locked. From their shape, I deduced they were for storing lumber, and I wasn't in need of any 2x4s. The hatches were locked. I looked over the machine, but I couldn't find a way to turn it on, if it even still worked. I didn't want to touch it. I hadn't seen something with that many scary-looking teeth since Old Lady Malloy's German Shepherd got loose on my 10th birthday.
Oh, Doris moved over to the chicken coop.
Doris! Cluck, cluck, cluck. Bark. The chicken exuded an air of confidence and rebellion. I liked that in a chicken. I'd bothered. It was a sheet of semi-transparent tissue paper.
Semi-transparent.
Nope. It was an aging water tower used to replenish the steam engine aboard the riverboat. I considered climbing the water tower, but I couldn't imagine what I'd find at the top other than stagnant, moldy water. And there were... The riverboat looked like it might collapse at any moment. There was no way I was going to explore it.
Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything I can do with the port. So let's go back to Dead Nettle and the Captain's Club. Talk to this guy again.
Good evening, Captain Moot.
If you say so.
How come you're not captaining anymore?
I had a bit of a bump with a lighthouse.
If only lighthouses had some way of warning you they were there. The lighthouse keeper's nostrils huffed like a bull about to charge at a matador.
After I crashed the ship, I lost my job with the Belmore Trading Company. What's more, I was taken off the Belmore wedding guest list. I've spent one disappointment after another ever since. I used to be a king of the waves. Now I'm a bigger wreck than my ship.
How did you not see the lighthouse?
I was busy at the time. What are you, the captaincy board?
But you managed to keep your captain's license?
In a manner of speaking, the captaincy board has a sense of irony. After I crashed into the lighthouse, they made me take the job of lighthouse keeper to maintain my credentials.
Then shouldn't you be at the fort if you're the lighthouse keeper?
Oh, it's a dreary place, and there's a damn fleabag cat there that won't leave me alone. Anyway, it's a clear night. If the fog comes in, I'll switch the light on. Otherwise, I'm staying right here.
What's wrong with the cat?
Blacktail, you see these scratch marks on my nose? The damn thing jumps for my head every time the badge on my hat catches the light.
You worked for the Belmore Trading Company?
Once upon a time, I was the captain of the SS Mysterium, flagship of the Belmore Trading Company fleet. I've captained more ocean voyages than you've taken baths. I might look like I should be hawking fish sticks at a market stall, but back then, I was at the top of my game, enjoying the finer things in life. Caviar in the finest restaurants, champagne at the finest resorts, dressing in the finest tuxedos. Oh, one little bump threw my whole career down the plug hole.
I take it the Captain's Club doesn't compare.
It did once upon a time. This place used to be a model of a club. Now the only thing it'd be modeling would be a cardigan and a girdle.
So you weren't invited to the Belmore wedding?
No, I was snubbed. Years of captaining their flagship, and then I get forgotten like a dirty sock. I tried to convince Mrs. Craddock to add me to the list, but she's got a heart colder than a penguin's behind.
I was invited to the Belmore wedding.
What? You never told me that.
You never asked. Yeah, not a direct invitation from the Belmores, but I was invited as a +1.
Who invited you?
A little lady named Tallulah LaRue.
Why didn't you go?
Because she scared the hell out of me.
Isn't it lucky that you didn't go to the Belmore wedding?
Lucky? How by Neptune's beard could you call that lucky?
Because the whole wedding disappeared. Their lives were stolen from them, their souls trapped in a tormented house for eternity. If you'd have been there, you'd have disappeared too.
Oh, it just would have been nice to feel included, that's all.
I better be off.
So long.
Okay. How am I going to make fog? Oh, that is very obnoxious.
That didn't work. I didn't need to pull. That wasn't going to work. That didn't work. The billiard table was already occupied.
Here's an idea.
Hello again, Captain.
Welcome back, Captain McCallan.
I'd like a rematch at Inklingwood.
Thinking you can beat what I hit before? Step right up.
No.
Threes, too bad.
Kind of stumped here. How do we interrupt the puppet theater?
Hey guys, do you think you'll be finished soon? I was starting to dislike these guys. I didn't need to. I couldn't. That wasn't going to work. I didn't need to cut. That didn't work. I needed to think of.
Okay. Let's take the comb
Welcome
over
back.
here, actually. Can you appraise the comb?
I didn't need to show him that.
No. How do I make grease? Still need grease? We have the map, puppet show. Still need to know what to do with the firework. Find a way to make fog. We fixed the spring on the press. Oh, what about... Actually,
Granny? Why are you in a chamber pot? Oh, right.
Well, look who it is. Murphy, I've been hearing talk of someone wandering the island on a crime spree. And look who comes walking through the door.
I can explain.
Explain what? We've got no time for your blabber. I need your help to catch him. You're an auditor, aren't you?
I used to be.
You must be used to prying that big nose of yours into other people's business.
Big nose?
It's a honker, Murphy. Now, put it to good use and help me sniff out who this Devil's Rock devil is.
What's he been up to?
Given age-restricted voodoo artifacts to an 8-year-old, let loose a dangerous domesticated alligator, broken into Belmore Manor, trespassed at Baxter's Mill, handled prohibited alcohol, recklessly knocked over historic explosives, impersonated the dead, and, get this, bellowsed a chicken.
The monster.
Know anything about it?
Can't say that I do.
Well, keep your eyes open. If a good and just citizen like me allows those with such wickedness to get away with their heinous deeds, then what has become of us as a society?
Is that really the reason?
Of course not. I might sell some newspapers out of this.
I didn't want to get ink all over me trying to carry the canister around.
ink.
I needed to think of something. On the floor was a large canister filled with dark black printer's ink. Around it, the floor was stained with ink splatters.
Can I use the water bottle?
Nope. I couldn't do that. I didn't need to show her that.
Yes?
Hi. I think I better be going.
Stay sharp.
I didn't need to bother Evelyn again by messing with the printing press.
I'm a bit stumped. I'm gonna have to think for a bit here. We're also a fair bit over an hour, so I'm gonna wrap this one up here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice day.